Welcome back for the final time today, folks. We've got one more game coming your way, and it is Power Rangers versus MYM. I'm Zyori, joined by Gods once again, and our mini round robin is about to complete. Team Cleve has been kind of the odd team out, both these teams taking a victory over Cleve. Now we'll get to see who is the true victor, the winner's bracket, if you will.
Yeah, this is it. We get our final game of the day, Power Rangers, MYM, and I've been pretty impressed, especially by MYM as of late. I think PI, they look decent against Cleve, but yesterday we saw a pretty weak performance from them all in
Dire
all. But
team
MYM upsetting Alliance,
Radiant
having an
team
okay,
pick.
it actually kind of got trounced on by Cloud9, but apart from that game, the few games I've seen of them, they've been really solid. So looking forward to see how they do here against Power Rangers.
Yeah, and picks seem fairly straightforward. This time Skywrath will be banned out, so we won't get to see a Faceless Void Skywrath Mage opener, but instead it will be Death Prophet Void for Power Rangers, and MYM here will get to grab
10
Razor
seconds
and
remaining.
Jakiro. Seems our Dire team gearing up for a pretty intensive
5
push
seconds
strat. They grab the
remaining.
Nature's Prophet now. Power Rangers scoop up the Shadow Shaman to limit some. I guess both teams really
Reserve
with a lot of
time.
pushing potential here.
Yeah, it's kind of you always have to add heroes, which well, even you don't always have to. We see teams kind of bypass it, but having heroes that can take objectives quickly, should you get off to a good early lead, is always really nice. And PR especially, like they've got that Death Prophet Shadow Shaman combination, and also with the Chronosphere setup, so you can be giving Death Prophet a lot of space to get damage done with an Exorcism inside the Chronosphere,
Enchantress.
and well, they're not done. Let's get an Enchantress.
Dire
Let's
team
not
pick.
only take towers once we get our ultimates, Exorcism and Serpent Ward, let's be able to take towers even earlier than that with the Enchantress.
Yeah,
Radiant team
MYM will
ban.
pick up old Puck there, some Fairy Dragon action to get them a nice initiator, a little utility, and some silence as well. But yeah, Enchantress or Power Rangers, now both sides with 3 pushers apiece.
Yeah,
10
so
seconds
for MYM, they've pretty much secured their 3 core heroes now with the Puck pickup. So looks like we'll see Puck
Dire
mid, Razor
team
safe lane,
ban.
Prophet in the off lane, or at least those 3 heroes as their main cores. And Power Rangers still need most likely an off laner. Not really anything too crazy left that I see them going for, but it's pretty
10
clear
seconds
what both
remaining.
teams want to kind of do with their draft as far as the lanes go at this point. Power Rangers definitely have the
5
more
seconds
tempo
remaining.
controlling lineup because of the Enchantress pick. Definitely look towards a lot of early smoke ganks to try and move around the map and
Radiant
control
team
the game
pick.
as far as the early stage is concerned.
Yeah. Well, this draft going by very quickly. Seems these teams have
Yes,
a good idea of what
man.
they want, and wow, PR actually ban out the Bane. That's a little bit surprising.
They like Bane, so like the other team wants to support. What's a good support? They're like Bane. That's an amazing support, but little do they know, other teams maybe don't think it's as good as they do. But
10 seconds remaining.
um, yeah, Bane wouldn't have been. I don't know. Bane
5
doesn't do
seconds
anything against
remaining.
push, so I don't. I would not like Bane here for MYM.
Yeah.
Reserve time.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know if that really would have fit in so well, but I guess it's just a hero that Power Rangers respect, so
Yeah,
they'll take it out.
I think an Enigma would. I'm surprised a lot of these teams in Starlight Europe are just ignoring the Enigma.
Yeah.
Um, EG kind of just showing how powerful the hero is, even against an
Dire
aggressive lineup like
team
this.
pick.
Vengeful Spirit, so possible farming Shadow Shaman or maybe even a farming Vengeful Spirit, and
Hmm.
uh, well, okay.
I guess that was sort of a deny pick. We've seen how effective Venge is against the Faceless Void, but of the 3 of them, hmm. I mean, there is
I
something to be
think this
said for
is
giving Shadow Shaman some farm priority so we can get a fast Blink Dagger
yes.
10
and
That's
seconds
kind of
remaining.
fast
EG did a
wards.
bit of that with Fear playing like a safe lane farming Shadow
5
Shaman
seconds
Yeah.
in
remaining.
some of their recent matches. So I think that may be what they're going for. Vengeful Spirit sure can farm,
Reserve
but
time.
to me, it's just Vengeful Spirit. It's wasted giving Vengeful Spirit the farm early. I think if you Vengeful Spirit gets some catch up farm, it's good. But getting an early level 6 on Shaman and an early Blink just does so much more.
Hmm. I completely agree. They really need him as a good initiator. I mean, they have Void and they have Venge who can do some initiating, but a Blink Dagger on Shadow Shaman is really going to be their bread and butter here. What do MYM grab with their final pick? They'll need a support as well. Hmm.
I think Earthshaker is probably one of the stronger options here. Fissure's kind of annoying for Void. If you can actually block him off from a target, he's trying to focus inside Chronosphere and just stunning him in general inside Chronosphere. Otherwise, the Sand King, which Blan already played, amazing game on earlier today against Cleve. So, I mean, based on how well he played Sand King, definitely you can justify a Sand King pick here. But
yeah. And it's not so bad against Void either. Even if he has the Chrono up and Sand King's not caught in it, he can Epi and then just blink right into the Chrono and sort of force the Void to either weather the storm or kind of head out of his own Chronosphere.
Yeah. So one of those, probably their best. Either that, I mean, I still like the Enigma. I think sure you're against a very aggressive early push lineup, but Midnight Pulse is great for defending. And hey, go for a different flavor. It's gonna be the Warlock. Ooh. That mixes things up a bit.
So the question here is, how will they lane the Warlock? Is this going to be more of a core or more of a support? And I feel like he has to be a support.
Yeah. I mean, you can run the Jungle Prophet, but I think this is more like the AUI 4-position Warlock that we're seeing a little bit of.
Yeah.
Maybe dual lanes with Jakiro in the off lane, but...
All right, well, Blonde will take the Jakiro. Arise will take Puck headed towards the mid lane. You'll just have to be patient here to see what they pick up. But it is actually Moon who takes the Vengeful Spirit, so it seems we were mistaken about the Shadow Shaman, as J4 is almost always one of their support players. They may swap when we get into it, but interesting.
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely. Looks like a farming Venge, and we'll see how that... We'll see what Venge does with the farm here. As far as the item progression goes, maybe just some utility items. Could get the fast mech for the team, could get just like a drums type build. Go for, I mean, fast blink is always nice in Venge, of course, as well. So options are plenty for both teams, really.
Yeah, it will indeed be the position for Warlock you were talking about. Rise with pretty classic support items here. 3 GG branches, some regen, and grabs himself some early sentries as MYM start their way down towards the bottom lane for an early jungle invade. Moon, yeah, he grabs the Ring of Protection, so he'll be going some Aquila action here and just looking to lay in the right clicks. Interesting stuff. J4 will be joining him down bottom, boots first, and we just Zik will be sprinking away, starting off things in the jungle. Let's see if this invade is successful. We do see some pings coming out from Moon. He has scouted them out, and PR should not be caught unaware at this point. J4 with boots first should be just fine. Moon, close call on the other side of the tree line, but he'll be A-okay. So, MYM, they'll block the pole camp and get some nice vision down. Interesting. Why this sentry?
It's you basically block the camp twice. So it makes dewarding this camp very difficult because you'll deward, they put a sentry ward down and they may get rid of one or the other, and then they'll think, okay, it's unblocked. Wait for another spawn, and then say, oh, it's still blocked. And it basically means they could get both with 2 sentries, but most likely they'll still miss like an extra pull. So it's pretty much like a second line of defense for the pull.
I see. That makes some sense. They'll put down an observer, or no, pardon me, they'll put down a sentry here. These sentry wards look kind of funky. They almost look like observers. We'll be blocking this hard camp here, so slowing down the options for the Enchantress and also getting some great vision. This bottom area, they will have vision of that bottom rune, and Jakiro picks up the invisibility here that spawns at the 0-0 mark in the top position. For Power Rangers, it will be shot low in the mid lane on the Death Prophet, and it looks like We Just Zik and J4 will actually get aggressive here. They'll head into the Dire jungle, and they'll try and help out their Void, who is headed to the top lane. So an aggro try for Power Rangers, and a 2-1-2 coming out for MYM.
Oh, they're going straight in for a kill here, too.
Yeah, Quicks will get hit by the Time Walk. There are your Shackles. Even a Dark Troll Summoner here for some extra ensnare action if they need it. The Creeps will get the last hit. And First Blood is drawn, though split across the team.
This tower could go down incredibly fast as well. This pull also means it's taking damage from the creep waves, so they've got the best creep for pushing early on as well, and the Dark Troll Summoner can get the skeletons to deal extra damage to tank as well. So this looks like we may just be seeing a Tier 1 tower dropping incredibly early.
Oh, this is turning into a disaster as Blanc gets caught in shackles, then the ensnare connects with a decent ice path, but just doesn't matter. It's a 1v3. There's not much the Jakiro can do. Creeps will still be pulled off the tower. This initial wave still laying into it, and in the first push, the tower goes down to about half health. And they're not done yet. The Dark Troll still just tanking it up. A couple of skeleton babies come out. He'll finally die. And this is really bad news for MYM.
This tower's done for. Who needs
Dire's
Bassy
top
Ring?
tower
You've got
is under
Enchantress.
attack.
You're just going all up in their face here, getting that first blood and just kind of snowballing off of that in the top lane. They missed the
Dire's
tower last
top
hit,
tower
but
has fallen.
doesn't matter. They get another Shackles on Quicks at top lane.
Yeah, he'll use a static link here onto Cheshire Cat, but doesn't matter. They've still got plenty of damage to bring him down. Zik just throws the spears, and well, a little bit of Dryad loves come Racer's way, and well, this could end up being a quick third game here, Gods. A tower and 3 kills in the first 2 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, meanwhile, bottom lane Rise almost actually went down to the solo Vengeful Spirit. He got down to like 20 HP diving behind the tower. I think he was trying to kill Moon, but Moon kind of salved up and healed himself up and almost got a return kill. But as things stand, like this bottom lane is like they had the Warlock down there as a dual lane, but Venge is doing just fine. He's getting his XP, he's got his boots, he's got his Bassy Ring, so he's not too fussed about this lane.
Yeah, running low on regeneration, but still doing all right. And like you mentioned, because it's a 1v2, even just breaking even is a huge victory for him. Warlock now hasted up. We'll start channeling the upheaval, but the level 1 upheaval is really not that potent. I'm still not a believer in that one value point there. I think it really doesn't get scary until you move into level 2 and it ticks a little faster.
Yeah, you often see the second point at level 3, so you kind of prioritize upheaval over Shadow Word, but you get Shadow Word level 1.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely agree. The level 1 upheaval, pretty mediocre.
Yeah. I mean, if you have some other like great positioning, you can stand in the trees and start stacking it up, but it just takes so long. At 7%, you can basically just run out of it before it gets too scary. So Ace is finding some okay farm on this Nature's Prophet. 13 and 3, not too shabby. Looks like he will be going at least a double null tally build here with 2 mantles of intelligence and that early Basilius. Taking a look at the mid lane, it's a total break even. Shotchlo and Arise farming both at a similar rate, 20 last hits apiece. So that's a break even, but PR absolutely dominating the top lane, and I think you could call it a victory for Venge in the bottom. 3,000 gold, 1,500 experience, already in the favor of Power Rangers.
Yep. Oh, TP and Moon's battling that with Rise now, but the TP in it doesn't look like they're it's gonna be close. One more right click with the salve, he's gonna survive at least for now.
Wow, this Vengeful Spear is so elusive, returning so much damage as well with the tower. Take them both down to about half health, and could have been scary if there had been a TP coming in. There will be a race for the bottom rune. Shotchlo looking for the deny, but that slow attack animation of Death Prophet will be costly, and Puck bottles it up.
Up top now.
Yeah. Ice Path connects on 2, but it's only level 1. Just barely slows him down. Cheshire Cat hops over the tree line. Will take the static link, but it doesn't matter. Centaur's there with a stun. That secures the kill onto Jakiro, and Quicks thinking about trying to man up on the Void, but there's just no way he could do it. Even with all that extra mana, or pardon me, extra damage, he's forced back.
Yeah, and Puck is rotated, so this is the first response to what's going on at top lane, which is an absolute disaster as far as anyone's concerned, but this is a level 5 Puck, so he doesn't actually have that much killing power. He's only got level 2 Orb, level 2 Waning Rift. He's popped the Invis rune, and he's just going to head back mid.
Yeah,
this is kind of wasted time from Puck, who just wants to be hitting level 6 as soon as possible, so I'm surprised he's so under-leveled. Death Prophet's a full level ahead of him.
Where did that come from? The denies are pretty even.
I think Puck getting runes, I guess. Like, Puck's left the lane a couple times to go grab runes, and it must just be missed experience when he's gone for runes.
Wow, full level is a pretty big disparity, though. Now DP will pick up her phase boost, so she's cruising around and last hitting a little bit more effectively. Quicks up top will be initiated upon once again. The time walk misses, but J4 is there with the shackles, and he interrupts them as the static link comes through. Nature's Prophet thinking about TPing up, and J4 now in kind of an awkward position in the trees. Nowhere for him to go. They will catch Quicks with an ensnare. Time walk coming up in about 2 seconds, and now things getting a little more sloppy from Power Rangers. As there's a TP in from the Puck. There is a Dream Coil available this time. Hasn't burned it quite yet, and they don't even need it. Faceless Void will fall, and that will be a 2-0 going the way of MYM. And now Shotchlo, he's just kind of hanging around, gets caught in the Dream Coil. No exorcism for him.
Quicks is still stuck up there.
Yeah, they'll find a kill here. Cripstorm will finish him off, so that'll make it a 1 for 2. Now the Nature's Prophet still considering coming up, but keeps canceling the TP, and will eventually give up. So
as you said, it was definitely a bit sloppy, which was a first for PR after things had been so well executed top lane, but yeah, it's still okay for them.
Yep. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Moon soon to hit level 6, 3 points in the Magic Missile, and we'll have Nether Swap before too long here. I'm actually curious just to see what build he moves into on this safe lane Vengeful Spirit. He only has 12 last hits, as he has been in a 2v1 lane this entire match. But his farm will start to accelerate as MYM are forced to rotate to other lanes. We'll see Ace TP the tier 1 to try and mount a defense, as all 4 members of PR, aside from the Vengeful Spirit, will group up and start chipping away at this tower. Ooh, J4 bumps into Jakiro in the jungle, turns him into a chicken. Shackles. Oh no, Blonde fogs it. J4 a little sloppy once again.
Well, back towards mid, and that's where Ace is maybe unawares.
Oh boy.
His first hit bashes. Oh my god.
Yep. Puck throws the orb. Not going to jaunt to that one. Has a... Oh man, he has a coil coming up in a few seconds, but out comes the Chronosphere. An easy 2 for nil here in the mid lane, and this is getting worse and worse for MYM. It seems like they might have a sign of life after that sort of failed skirmish up top for PR, but 3,000 gold, 2,000 experience. Now Shotshell will use his Exorcism, 4 points in the Witchcraft, so this is a damn potent Exorcism as they force out the Glyph, and MYM will not be able to mount the defense here, I don't think.
Yeah. Tier 1 for sure going down. Oh! Puck keeping in.
They want to make a hold here. Dream Coil on the Shotshell. He has no Yules, no way to interrupt this, and will throw a Crypt Swarm, and they make a hold. Well, I don't know why the Death Prophet ran that way, kind of away from his team.
Running away from the team there. I guess even if he runs towards his team, his teammates don't have, like, there's no Chronosphere.
There's Nature's Attendance, bro.
Yeah, there's definitely, and just the power in numbers. Like, MYM much less likely to fully engage in you if there's 4 heroes there who can fight back. So.
I mean, Enchantress is even prioritizing the attendance here, which is a build you don't see that often. So level 3 attendance at 5. There was real potential for the DP to stay alive if he had just rendezvoused with the Dryad there, but
definitely the wrong direction to run there.
Moon will juke the orb down bottom, takes the Waning Rift. Dream Coil is on cooldown. Moon survives the initial onslaught as J4 comes in, but there's your Reign of Chaos. The hell's that ability called? The Chaotic Offering, that's it. As the Golem comes down, but J4 will just throw the Shackles out onto the Golem, and Rise just gets cut down by the Enchantress. The attendants do keep the Shadow Shaman alive. Now Shotshell joining the party. Nice phase shift from Arise will keep him alive. And the rest of Power Rangers will be forced to back up. Orb flying through. No jaunt from the Puck. And it will just be a kill on the Warlock.
Yeah, I think Puck phase shifted like 3 Crypt Swarms in a row there to help keep himself alive. It's fairly impressive. It's not the hardest spell to dodge, but even so, Sasco really wanted that Puck that fight. He kept chasing him to the secret shop, then off into the jungle, and just couldn't find him.
Yeah. So those attendants really coming in handy there, though. I think that would have been a dead Shadow Shaman for sure. And the Warlock just, I don't know, it was sort of odd positioning from Rise. He threw down the ultimate, and it seemed like he was almost tunnel visioning on the positioning of the Golem more so than anything else, while his hero was just getting chunked down by Enchantress and just tanking it to the face. Of course, it did cost him his life, and now we'll see Power Rangers look for pressure onto this bottom tier 1. Puck throws an orb, passes through. People will get channeled. It is level 2 now, so that slow really starts to add up, but a beautiful deny from Puck, and that slows down some of their momentum as the rest of MYM will go mid and try and pressure this tier 1, but defense will be mounted by Power Rangers, and MYM will get repelled at least for now. Ace gets hit by a magic missile as he sprouts. This should be a dead Nature's Prophet. And yeah, down he goes.
No points in the swap at level 8 by Venge, but...
Oh, Chronosphere used for a solo Razor. Does juke the Ice Path, and even an Exorcism deployed. I guess they'll plan to push a tier 2 tower off this. And Power Rangers
do some damage. They may not get the full tier 2 tower, but they can maybe get down to about half HP, and at this point it's just keep MYM on the back foot, keep them under pressure, and keep slowly whittling away at the towers outside their base.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty successful on that front so far. They don't get the last hit on that tower down bottom, but they defend their tier 1 mid, and they get a couple of counter kills out of it. So only minimal damage on the tier 2, but once again, they force MYM to rotate, and as you mentioned in the game prior, they're forcing MYM to react to them, which is never really where you want to be in a game.
Yep. So, PR just, with the tower money they're getting, just items start to accumulate. You've got Midas Treads on your Void, your Enchantress has earned 1,500 gold, and all across the board, these items are just going to start causing MYM problems. Shadow Shaman's not even hit level 6 yet, so we're yet to see MYM have to deal with the Serpent Wards, and he hits it now at bottom lane, and think about some of these pushes. If there's Serpent Wards, these towers are just so much easier to bring down.
Yeah, once again, MYM go for the tier 1 in the mid. It's a full 5-hero rotation. Liquid Fire is level 3, so that does assist in pushing quite significantly. First tower kill for MYM does come out, and that will make it 1-3 in total tower count. But down bottom, J4 and We Just Sick looking to pressure this tower. Ace will be the one to TP in and keep it safe. The rest of the heroes starting to rotate over as they move into the Roche pit. Is this just a Roche smoke? No, they actually want to try Roche on here. I don't see a medallion, any minus armor, and this will not be an easy Roche for them.
Yeah, they walk past an observer ward, so...
Yeah, this seems very risky. Even if the observer ward wasn't there, without minus armor, they have no easy way to do this quickly. Yeah. And there will be plenty of time for PR to get in position.
With treants to tank and liquid fire to like slow Roshan and do damage over time, it's easily possible. As you say, there's no damage to do it quickly, so much time for PR to position to contest it.
Yeah, and here comes the Void. Chronos Sphere is at the ready. They've got the Exorcism as well. Quicks will get caught right on the edge of it. The Chaotic Offering comes down, but Razor will be the first to fall. Dream Coil on 3. Now Rasta Ward's deployed. Golem doing a fair bit of damage. The Macro Pyre on top of 3, enough to bring down the Vengeful Spirit. A lot of low health heroes, but MYM are getting pretty repelled here. Ace will try to TP home. The Upheaval proving pretty useful in this situation. A buyback from the puck. MYM do not want to hand Roche over to Power Rangers. And unfortunately for PR, they won't be able to move into the pit and take it out, as Exorcism will expire pretty soon here. And DP will reap the benefits of the heal, but now she doesn't have that huge, scary bout of AoE damage.
Fantastic Serpent Ward surround on the puck there by J4. That was after the blink in, so puck had no escape, and they can't take Roshan, but they can still keep MYM away. Even without Exorcism, without Serpent Wards, MYM, they're not that strong without their ultimates as well, so
yeah,
PR will still be the ones in control.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far as to say that it was a wasted buyback from Puck, but I think it was necessary to deter PR from jumping right into the pit, but Arise will not reap any benefits from it. And that will deter his Blink Dagger timing so much. Now 1,200 gold on him at 14 minutes. Really wants to be a lot closer to that Blink Dagger.
Round 2 Roshan. This is ballsy from MYM.
Yeah, it really is. I guess they know Exorcism is down, as are the roster wards, so they're a little bit more likely to take it this time. Even the Chronosphere, it's only level 1, so still stuck on cooldown for another 30 seconds. But they will start to contest. Arise will take some very heavy damage as he phase shifts the first bout of it. They'll be pulled out of the Roche pit. No Chaotic Offering this time as Shadow Shaman falls to the Wrath of Nature. And now around the backside, they will isolate Blonde. He gets off a Macro Pyre, but this time the damage output is mitigated. They will isolate the Death Prophet. She TP's home. And that will be enough to repel MYM and Power Rangers.
Now they can contest. They've got Serpent Wards, they've got Exorcism, Chronosphere back up as well.
Yeah.
They just engage there, not looking to win the fight, but just looking to kind of break even or even take a slight loss just to get their ultimates back up.
Yeah, J4 did have to buy back on the Shadow Shaman to get back into the fight, so this is not a very cheap hold for Power Rangers, but it's a hold nonetheless. And now they have the team that can do Roche very quickly. And solo Chrono on the Ace will secure the kill. Maybe not the most
that's okay,
efficient
Chrono.
use there, yeah.
At this point, they just want a 5v4 numbers advantage, and with that, they secure Roche.
Yep, and now it's PR that move into the pit. Exorcism deployed, and MYM just have no easy way to contest. Puck perhaps looking for a snatch, but won't time it quite right. Vengeful Spirit, the hero, the of all heroes, the one to pick up the Aegis of the Immortal.
Yeah. I think maybe partly just like a make sure they don't steal it, but
yeah,
not sure. I guess Venge is doing decently leveled and is a core hero, so yeah, not a terrible option.
Solo kill on the Warlock off to the side with that Mask of Madness, and in the mid lane they'll be able to use the Exorcism to grab a tier 2 tower. Last hit goes to the Shadow Shaman.
Tier 2s. They've got Serpent Ward still, so they can use that on the tier 2 bottom, but they may not even need it bottom. They may just barely get this tower the old-fashioned way. Some good old-fashioned macing from the Faceless Void.
Yeah, this is getting really grim for MYM, I feel like. That Roche was kind of the make it or break it. If MYM could have secured it, that's their step to regaining some momentum here, but now Power Rangers back-to-back tier 2 tower kills. They'll have at least a 10, 11, maybe 12,000 gold lead. Experience pretty comparable as well. Now Yule's completed onto the Death Prophet. Faceless Void is getting pretty rich. 2,000 gold up on him with a Midas cooldown available as they take out the Dire Stacked Ancients, even adding insult to injury at this point.
That's a bit sad for MYM. Nothing can go their way right now. They've got just a singular outer tower remaining, and these next few team fights are going to just get worse and worse for them. Chronosphere back up, Rise. Oh, he's not even going to need it. The swap is going to be more than enough.
Yeah, you saw Cheshire Cat kind of fake pump it there, and team's like, wait, dude, just hold it. We got this. I've got a swap. Save your chrono. And they'll be successful. Up in the top lane, Ace and Blonde trying to pressure a tier 1 tower, but they will come to its defense. Now they'll use the Chrono Spear. Shot Shell on the outside of the bubble. We'll just be here with Crypt Swarms. No need to burn the Exorcism on this. Ace will just get junked by the impetus from We Just Zik. Unstoppable streak coming out for the Enchantress now. And, ooh, pardon me, down in the bottom lane. PR hang around a little bit longer. The Shadow Shaman goes for it and will trade blow for blow with the Razor. So, a lot of action coming out around the map here. Courier flying in, a very brave Courier as Moon picks up the mech on the Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, so a bit of damage done to the tier 3, I guess, with the Serpent Wards. 300 damage, nothing much, but hey, it all adds up. Bit by bit, they will break through the MYM base is the plan, but it's top lane where the next attention will be applied as Exorcism being used. They want this tower, but MYM, I think this is a hold you want to go for. You know there's no Chronosphere. I think you try and fight this. Try burst down the Death Prophet to get rid of the Exorcism, but oh man, the damage output maybe just a bit too much.
Yeah, they have a Chaotic Offering here as well. Dream Coil on 3, not a bad way to start off the fight, but ooh, the Warlock ult completely mitigated, lands just on the Enchantress, and the follow-up just won't be there. Shot Slow is repelled, and Power Rangers will be happy just to Delta Split and minimize their losses as they know that they can reinitiate without the Warlock ulti as a concern. Now off to the side, Blonde will get caught by Shackles. Cheshire Cat will be forced to be on the back foot, but just a 1-for-0, and MYM forced to burn that big Warlock ultimate.
Pressure bottom lane too, like this is just... MYM just don't have the answers right now.
Yeah, the tier 3 tower taking a lot of damage from Moon, and Vengeful Spirit not even a fast pusher, but just able to right-click it down as you put it. Doing it the old-fashioned way here with a siege creep to boot, really helping out Cardi's ugly brother here. Oh, and they'll even get a little gold picking up in the mid lane. Shackles onto the golem. That's a nice 100 gold, a little bit of extra experience. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim for the dire side here, gods.
Yeah, they still got the Aegis as well, so if they want to just regroup, heal up, like Void's going back to base, and even some heroes like Vengeful Spirit, a bit low on HP and mana. I guess with the Aegis, he's not interested in going back to base, but wait for the Exorcism, the Serpent Wards. They can go high ground push if they want to. The tier 2 top tower is looking pretty tasty on 64 HP, but I mean, realistically, that bottom tier 3 tower is low, and those Raxes could very easily fall to the double ultimates from Shadow Shaman and Death Prophet.
Ace up top takes another solo Chronosphere. Cheshire Cat just has it out for him. That's at least the second solo Chrono for the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
And at this point, a pickoff is a pickoff, and with a 5v4 around the field, Power Rangers can start to tighten that noose a little bit more.
And the Chronosphere just isn't needed in the team fights. If they've got Exorcism, Serpent Wards, that's enough to just push and deter MYM from fighting. So killing MYM, getting these solo pickoffs as early as possible, it's fine. It also just resets the Chrono cooldown, so the earlier you use it, the quicker it's going to be coming back up in theory. Blan, that's some cheeky play. He's going to get the tier 1 top. Well, there is a glyph. Nothing to use.
Yeah, he finds it, but nothing that PR will be too upset about. They've got a haste rune on DP. Dire do not have a glyph available, and this top lane of Barracks will definitely take some heavy damage here. Even the Rasta wards deployed. Power Rangers are done mucking around. They're hungry for dinner, and they'll try to seal the deal here pretty darn quickly. Razor gets a tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, so MYM find a little gold boost, but Vengeful Spirit with a nice aggressive swap onto a Rise, and Puck will just get dropped. Instant buyback on him, but will it be enough to make the hold is the question, and it just doesn't look like it. Melee Rax, seconds to fall, and down she goes.
And time to rinse, repeat, wait for those ultimates to come back up, and just do the same thing, different lane, and MYM just don't have the defense, and I think having the Warlock and Jakira as their 2 supports, they really need that Sand King or Earthshaker type support to defend these pushes.
Boyle on 2, Shotshell will break the tether, Moon will stand his ground for now, takes a silence, Chaotic Offering is there, but the Chronosphere has already come out. They bring down the Prophet and the Puck in just a matter of seconds. Void will just stand in the Macro Pyre. At this point, he doesn't even care. He's just going to go straight through it. He tries to weather the storm, and maybe he should have cared a little bit more as he will fall. Vengeful Spirit will go down with just seconds left on the Aegis. Perfect time for her to get picked off, and it will end up being a 2 for 4, 1 for 4 if you count the Aegis in there. They'll clear up the Golem, and Blonde, the lone survivor, the twin-headed dragon, flapping those wings as fast as he can, but he will get turned into Dragon Stew as he goes down, and, well, he'll buy back, but MYM now absolutely on their last leg.
Yeah, running out of options. Exorcism back up in 20 seconds if they do want to go for the high ground. It's just GG. Rise calls it.
Yeah, I think not a moment too soon, even if they wanted to hang around a bit more. And I didn't even notice. It's 27-8. Power Rangers just ran away with that game.
Victory.
Yeah, it quickly went south for MYM, despite a fairly, I'd say, okay-ish start. I mean, apart from the top lane. Top lane was...
That was like not an okay
okay
start, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess as far as the other two lanes, like they broke even mid lane on farm. The bottom lane, like Prophet was doing his thing, but yeah, top lane was a absolutely.
I don't know, man.
Disaster.
It was 2v1 and they still couldn't kill the Venge. I would say
Yeah.
that was a pretty abysmal start for MYM. If the best thing you have going for you is your mid lane breaks even, that's pretty ass.
Yeah, true. No, I agree.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, and Enchantress, we just sick played a perfect game there, 6-0 and 12.
Nah, he really him and the Shadow Sham with their early roaming just they set the tempo. Supports are just so important. I mean, it's not just this this patch. It's even the recent past patches. But supports have always been crucial for just dictating the gameplay. And J4 as well as We Just Zick did phenomenal job this game.
Yep. Well, that wraps up our coverage today, Gods. You can follow us both on Twitter at SayoraTV,
Alright.
at BTS Gods with a Z, and of course at Beyond the Summit. 3 pretty quick games. I guess the first 2 were pretty lengthy. Our last one was a little bit more one-sided. But Power Rangers, they're the team that came out victorious in our little 3-team round robin today. They won both their games. MYM going 1-1, and Cleve, unfortunately, was the team to go 0-2. So coming up tomorrow, what do we have? My matches aren't updated. There is another day of Starladder EU before we go on the 2-day break, and we'll be right back here with the coverage. Same place, same time. So until then, guys, take care of each... No, God, what am I saying here? Until then, we'll see you later.